and welcome back to Finders Beepers History Seekers in probably one of the smallest buildings I've ever explored. It's a bungalow, but I'm not used to doing little tiny places, but what I've seen in here looks really good, really good. Now it is also a bit gruesome because the guy who lived here was found dead on his bed. It wasn't months he'd been there, but he'd been there a few weeks, and I've just had to come in where he died, and oh, it's not nice at all. It is not nice. Anyway, we'll get exploring. Right, the place. Right, first of all, just need to address the clicking boy who's just wandering round with his little toenails on this floor. He's been very, very noisy. Listen. What a nightmare. Yeah, first of all, I just need to say what good taste he'd got. We've got some Yorkshire tea knocking about. Not the Tetleys. Sling the Tetleys. That could go in the bin. But the Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire tea is the only tea to drink. If you're an American, Australian or anyone like that and you want to try proper British tea, Yorkshire tea. And you know what? I might do a video explaining how to make a proper cup of Yorkshire tea, because the amount of people I see on the internet making them in the microwave, making them so they look so like anemic, like white, awful looking cups of tea. You need a proper builder's cup of tea made of Yorkshire tea, and I might make a little mini advisory video on it for you guys. Now, as usual, the kitchen is nothing to write home about. I hate kitchens. I hate looking around them. I don't know what these are though. I did notice them a minute ago. I don't know if they're for something like EpiPens or something, because I think they've got a little mini needle in the end of that one, or some of them. So I don't know if they're for some sort of injection, but I don't know what sort of injection, what it would be. So God knows. Also, something that I absolutely hate at the moment, it's winding me up. Paper straws. I know it's a weird thing to talk about in the middle of a video, well, beginning of a video, but who hates paper straws? I know these poor turtles are getting them up their schnoz, but who wants a paper straw? Have you ever been to McDonald's and had a chocolate milkshake? A chocolate milkshake with a paper straw or a cardboard straw is the worst thing in the world. I've had about 3 this weekend. It's infuriating me at the moment. That's why I'm bringing it up. What an idiot. But can we not do something about it? Can we not rise up against the paper straw? I feel like we should go to war with the turtles. I don't mean like Teenage Mutant Ninja variety, because they'd hammer us. But I mean, I think we should fight back against the turtles. Right, out of the kitchen. Now there is lots of little rooms like this, look. Like the little porch bit, which I don't think there's very much in here. I'm also very aware that I can be seen from miles around in this little bit, so I'm a bit worried. And also the toilet, which I'm sure I shut the door on because it stinks. But there you go, bathroom. I'm not going in anymore. I think you're Bear. Have you been opening doors? Have you been trying to get in there? What's wrong with you? It stinks, mate. You want to go in, don't you? Anyway, it's nice to have Bareback with me after. Bareback? That sounds a bit weird. We're not doing any sort of bareback in an abandoned house. No sort of bareback anywhere, to be fair with you. But yeah, it's nice to have him back exploring with me after last week. Although last week was only 2 days ago for me. Right. I feel like I'm in a rambly mood, by the way, so I do apologise now, because I'm just talking. Oh, that's what I forgot in the kitchen. There was one good thing. I quite like this piece of furniture. I don't know why. I think it looks like it might be 1930s, 40s. I quite like it, with the little feet on it as well, look. And then what looks like maybe some sort of Chinese design with a couple of birds on there. So, sorry that I missed that out, but I've made up for it. Right, let's go in here. What we got in here? This is like, right, just a minute. I was about to say this is somewhere that Andy would probably love. loads of tools and things like that. And then my eyes went to one thing, and Andy would definitely love this. So there's a massive pile of tools, and the first thing my eyes go to is that. That definitely looks like a butt plug. It's probably not, but that's definitely what it is in my head. Or hopefully not in my arse. I don't know if I want to touch it. It's not, is it? It's off something else, but that, you leave that alone with a man for too long and you'll end up somewhere silly. Some strange man, not just me. I mean, not me at all. Digging myself an hole. just for your reference and make you feel better, that would never end up my bum. You know, when people just argue too much about a point, it just makes them look even more guilty. That's how I feel right now. Yeah, I don't really know much about tools. I'm not going to lie. I will show you, because I know there's going to be people that, like, oh God, I can't, it's so heavy. Why would people want this many tools? I can't even get in it. How do you do it? There. Look, now you've got a set there. What do you need that set for as well? I don't understand. And all these bits in here. What are these for? Like, there's a couple of things on there I could look at and think, you know what? I know what I'd do with that. I don't mean that. But I mean, like, screwdrivers. Know what to do with a screwdriver. Let's see, what's this? Do you put it on a point, like a compass? Something like that. But then, what the friggin' hell is that? What is that for? Why has it got like a pressure gauge on it, but then it's got some sort of pincers off a demon crab on it? You know, it doesn't make sense to me. I know I'm not very much of a man when it comes to things like this. But does there need to be that many tools for that many things? And then the same tools, people seem to have 25 times. I don't get it. Please explain to me what it is. Why somebody needs 7 ratchet sets and, like, I don't know, different size hammers. I just don't get it, man. Right, just as an example, look, there's more things in there. They all look the same to me. Look, there's these drill things. More of them there. And a cash box. It's a funny looking cash box, isn't it? But yeah, I just don't understand. I don't understand why you need so many. Like, what is that? What is that thing there? Like, it looks like a knife at first, but then I just don't get it. I don't get what this is. What all those are. Oh, are they like to put on the end of a drill and it buffs it up and stuff? I sort of think I might understand that. Is it me? Is it me being thick? Am I being the one that is looking... I've never been able to do anything electrical or DIY. I've never been able to do it. So is it because I'm not interested in it? Or is it a lot of people are the same and it's just some weirdos that like things like that? I don't know. I don't know if it's just me. Right, I'm leaving all these tools before it gets me even more mad. Like, look! Sorry, I'm going off again now. 1 hammer, 2 hammer, 25 million hammers. Why? Why do you need that many hammers? Just doesn't make sense to me at all. Oh, I think my mum and dad have got that exact picture. Oh, how did you get in there? I swear that you weren't in here a minute ago. That's so strange. Yeah, as well, before we go any further, outside are 3 garages, and I've sort of peeked into 2 of them over the top of the door. They're full of tools, like absolutely rammed with tools. I don't get it. I'm going to shut up now because I know I'm doing people's heads in. I'm doing my head in, so I must be doing your head in. But it infuriates me. Right, what we got in here? Now, I've not really looked through any of these rooms, so I don't know what we've got. If there's anything interesting or not. That's beaut. I love that, you know. It's a bit chipped at the top. It's almost a bit Murano glass-ish. But I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, God, what's this here? God, Save the Queen. I need to get in and have a look properly. Oh yeah, look. Long live our noble Queen. Now, this is something we were talking about the other day. People not knowing the national anthem. Now, for me, everybody should know the national anthem, the first verse. After that, totally understand if you don't get it, if you don't know it. Because who knows the second... Does any of you know the second verse of God Save the King? I ain't got a clue. And I don't think many people do. But we were talking about it the other day. It's like, a lot of footballers don't even know the first verse. And I think you should. I think you should know the first verse. But, I don't know. I'm just talking about it. I just wanted to know what your opinion was. And I know there'll be a lot of like Celtic fans and people like that out there that are like, oh, we shouldn't have it at all, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm going to shut up about that. Right, so that's from 1977. That is actual silver, because it's proper hallmarked underneath. I was going to show you, but I can't pick it up with this in my hand, but you'll just have to take my word for it. But yeah, it's like crystal and silver, which is quite nice. Let's have a look over here, because there's some cool looking bits, you know, knocking about. I don't know what's happening with this furniture. Like, I don't know if that'd be that comfortable to sit on, to be honest. But look at this. George VI, by grace of God, Great Britain and Ireland, the British dominions beyond the seas, King, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India, and Sovereign of the most excellent order of the British Empire, our trusty and well-loved Douglas Wycombe Liddell, Esquire, acting Wing Commander in our Royal Air Force Reserve of Officers, whereas we have thought fit to nominate and appoint you to be an additional member of the military division of our said most excellent order of the British Empire. We do by these present grant unto you the dignity of additional member of our order, and hereby authorise you to have and hold and enjoy the dignity and rank of additional member, God, it's just repeating itself, of our aforesaid order, together with the singular and privileges thereto belonging and appertaining, given at our court and St. James under our sign, manual and seal of our order, this first day of January 1946, in the 10th year of our reign. In the 10th year of our reign, by the Sovereign's Commander, Grant Master, grant of the dignity of additional member of the military division of the Order of the British Empire, acting Wing Commander Douglas Wycombe Liddell, RAF. I don't know if that's just no. I don't know if you could read any of that because I weren't looking at the camera, but what is that? What is it? What? I don't get it. I felt it was going to sort of get to the point at some point. Now, I know he's become some additional member. I don't get it. I don't get what that is. I feel like I'm being thick because by the sovereign command, George VI. What is he making him? What is he becoming? Is he becoming a... It's not an MBE or something, is it? I don't get it. Please tell me. Or is it some sort of dodgy handshake gang? Like, is it something that's not really anything to do with the military? It's just this that makes me confused. The seal of the most excellent order of the British Empire. That just sounds weird. I don't really get it. Anyway, we'll just go off that a minute. Look at the furniture underneath. What's that? Is it a bat or is it a rat? What is it? But yeah, it's some old looking, big, chunky furniture. Also, this thing here. I wonder if this is what it's come off. I feel like this is silver. What's that from? I could imagine that leaning up against it, but... Look at that lampshade. That's beautiful. Do you like it, Bear? You've come for a look as well, haven't you? Yeah, I really like that. I bet once... I can't do it, I don't think. I can, look. Yeah, look, the light shining through it. I like that. But yeah, that, quite like this. I don't really know what it is. I don't think it is silver. It's heavy. I can't see anything that where there would be a hallmark anywhere. But it is heavy. And it's nice. I'll put it back up there. But yeah, that has thrown me. I don't understand what that is or why you would receive it. I don't think I've got internet to try and find out either. Right, I've just Googled it and I was right with my first thing. It's an OBE. So whoever it was that lived here has received an OBE, and he was also a wing commander. Wing Commander Douglas Wycombe Liddell. I'm going to have a look now. Now I know I've got internet. See if I can find him. Right, I found him. I found a little tiny bit of information about him. He was made wing commander during the Second World War. He then got injured and didn't go up in the world again. He stayed where he was as wing commander. And then got the MBE on that day. So it does say it online as well. So that's really cool. And this must have been his house, which is mega cool, but also mega sad. So 1946, I think he said it got here. So say if he was 30 then, so that would make him, oh, that can't be right. That'd make him 110 or something like that. So I'm not sure. Maybe this was his house, maybe it wasn't, but I don't want to say definitely, but we'll look out for more clues looking round now. Oh, I love this. This is the sort of stuff that I love. A house doesn't have to be massive. Doesn't have to be a hall or something like unbelievable. It's just got to have clues and stuff. And I found the thing that is used for. So I've just put 2 and 2 together. I know what that is for now. It is this. So it will have hung on there. That is a really nice piece. I don't know if it, once again, I don't think it's silver. Let me just say under here, but I can't really hold both. It's from London. It's got the date on it, but I can't see any sort of hallmarks other than the maker's name. It's not silver, but it's very nice. I do really like that. I think it's the sort of like tree design on the handle and the spout, and then again on the stand. That's really, really good. Detective Matt is out. Can you tell I'm feeling better? Literally 2 days ago, I filmed last week's video and I felt so poorly. Now, the only thing I've got left now is a little bit of a cough, which keeps creeping up on me. So you might hear me going, and that's because I'm trying to stop coughing. Thought I heard someone then. Yeah, so it's the cough that I'm stopping. Oh, it's put me on edge, that now has. But everybody's like, people are like, oh, it's because of the dust. It's because of the, I'm going to say asparagus then. The stuff in the air. It's not. Everybody in my area seems to have had this cough and cold and poorliness for weeks and weeks. And it's been a mix of COVID, which I think I had just after Christmas. Then I went into a normal common cold. And then I've got this HMRC virus or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. HMP virus. I haven't been in prison. But yeah, I've had that, and a lot of people have had it as well, and it's downed me. It's proper downed me, but I'm fine now. I'm getting there. Right, so I thought I'd look on here just for any more clues about him being in the army or anything like that. There's not a great deal I can find, but there's lots of things about welding and measuring. What was the other book that I just saw a minute ago there? Engineer's reference book. So definitely he's like an engineer and likes making things and doing things, and that's why there's all the tools there. It kind of makes sense. But I would love to find some more stuff. Oh God, I'd like to find some more stuff about this guy. This is what I'm really interested in now. Now, looking on the tables and stuff, it's all very much the same. Like all the same sort of books that were in there. However, I noticed these lamps down here. Would you take those in like a garage setting and hang them up so you could see what you were doing? Or are they just like old style lamps? I don't really know. Not sure. I'm really digging through everything today. Like, it's only a small place, but I'm really like looking at everything. Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. The just door slipped. I'll have to pick them up. Roy Orbison's on the floor. That's probably one of the last things anyone said about Roy Orbison after he had his heart attack. So bad. Right, moving on. We've got quite a lot of... I don't want to be disrespectful and say tat, but there's a lot of tat. The sort of stuff that people just collect from garden centres. But I like that because, obviously, it just makes me think of when I was younger. Not literally, not William Youngers, but it's off a pump, innit? But I don't know if they do Youngers anymore, tart and bitter. I remember that from my childhood, though. I don't mean I used to drink bitter as a child, but I remember those being in the pubs. We were talking about this the other day, about things that have gone and changed over the years, and things you don't notice have disappeared. Like, and we got onto the conversation because my mum and dad had got me some, what are they called now, scampi fries. And I was like, oh, I love scampi fries, but I prefer cheesy moments. And they were like, you can't get cheesy moments anymore. And I'm like, what? Of course you can. And you can't. They don't exist anymore. Now, a lot of people, even in the UK, won't probably know what cheesy moments are unless you frequent pubs on a regular basis, and when you're in the pub you feel like you have to have a pint and something to eat at the same time, like me. You probably won't even know what cheesy moments are, but they're like a little packet, tiny packet of, like, not even crisps, I don't really know what they are, like bar snacks. And it's things like that that just disappear and you think, where have they gone? Like, when was the last time I saw them? Weird. It's really strange because I could reminisce about snacks more than I could about people. That's so bad. That's really bad. Like, oh, look at it in here though. There's all sorts of little bits. To say it's a bungalow, this room actually is quite big and spacious compared to all the other rooms. A lamp up there as well. Right, let's get round and look. But one last thing on the snacks. Did you know, this is a little cool fact for you, I'm the reason that Burton's fish and chips, the little pack of salt and vinegar biscuity things, I'm the reason they came back, because they got rid of them. And then I started up a petition. I'm so sad. Started up a petition on Facebook and they brought them back because of me. Right, so it's looking like nobody's been here since 2019. Now, I notice in these places, it always seems to be around Christmas time when people die or move out or run off. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's just because it's so cold and like the old people either get put in an home or something else, but it always seems to be around that time of year because there tends to be Christmas decorations everywhere. And you've got quite a modern clock, maybe 70s or 80s or something. But look at this. I can imagine him sat in here. What was he listening to? The very thought of you. Don't you think that's sad? Because he's probably put it on thinking about his wife. Sat here listening to it all on his own. It's so sad. And I know for a fact it's going to be me. It's definitely going to be me. But yeah, it's a radio as well by the looks of things, look, because it's got station selector, home, north, London, third. I don't know what any of those mean. Oh, so gram would be gramophone. So you'd switch onto that bit. And then they're the different, like, not stations, but I don't know, bandwidths? I don't know. I was thinking it's Sunday today. Now, anyone that watches any of the behind the scenes knows on a Sunday, I always get down, I always get lonely and sad. Freddie's played football this morning and I've not seen him play. Devastated, hate it, absolutely hate it. And I don't know. Today I've been extra. I'm terrible with music, listening to music, especially when I'm on my own. So I tend to drive around with no music on in my car. But today I made the mistake of putting lots of music on. And by the end, I was like, I'm gonna die alone. Nobody's gonna love me. Everyone's gonna die and forget about me. Well, no. They're gonna forget about me if they're dead. But do you know what I mean? I thought, oh, I've had a terrible day. But I just think that brings the reality of these people's lives into play. Because, look, there's two chairs there. So there will have been a husband and wife that will have sat here listening to their music. There's absolutely no TVs, I don't think, in this house. I haven't seen one yet. So they probably just sat talking away. And then one day, one of them wasn't there anymore. And I'm guessing by the size 13 shoes... Jesus, he was a big fellow, wasn't he? Squadron leader or wing leader with size 13 feet, like mine, are only size 11. And I get told I've got big feet, but size 13 are whoppers. Can you imagine him? Wing commander, size 13 feet, stomping down, shouting his head off at you. Bloody hell. I'd like to have met him, not gonna lie. But look, it was definitely Christmas, because there's Christmas cards on there. They're all hung up along here as well. All the way along there. So, I don't think... I want to see what these names are. Robbie. So, Robbie is definitely not... He wasn't Robert, was he? That wing commander wasn't Robert, I don't think. So, it's maybe not him that lived here. Maybe that was his dad. I'm not sure. But yeah, look, that's an old pit one. That's not like the ones we've just seen in the other room. They were modern, but that is probably late 1800s, early 1900s, that one, for down the pit. Obviously, where I'm from, there's pits everywhere. So you see these in like antique shops everywhere you go. But I don't think there was many pits down south, because I am really down south at the moment. There was tin mines and things like that, but not coal mines. I don't think, anyway. Now, back in the day, everybody seemed to have these. Is it willow pattern? Or is that something else? I can't remember with that. Is it Satsuma ware or something like that? I don't know. I'm not very good on Chinese pottery or Japanese. I can't even remember what it is. And then there's this here as well, look. Now, that's really good, and you know that I love anything to do with the Queen and stuff. But what would you put in that? Would you put your tie pins in it? Or is it a pen holder? What goes in there? Because it's a very odd shape. And very weird shape for anything to go in, really. What else? Oh, what's this? I like this. Oh, God, it's chunky. It's a stein, isn't it? Is it classed as a stein if it's glass? I don't know. I think so. It's just because it's got a lid on it that makes it a stein, I think. But it says Burgerbräu. What's that first bit say? Munchen Burgerbräu. And then it's got a little tiny penis on the top of it, little acorn. Surely Munchen Burgerbräu's taking the piss. Munching burgers. No, but Munchen's a place. What's Burgerbräu got to do with it? I don't know. I'm feeling very thick today. Right, moving over here. I like this. Oh, that's tempting. That's very tempting, because I'm pretty sure I could get in all those garages with that. But I'm not going to, because I don't want to take it out of the house. Because that, in my eyes, is burglary. Even though you're still on their land, I feel like if you take that outside the door or window, that becomes burglary. So I am not doing it. But it is very tempting. I'm not going to lie. Now we've got here, little baby. Oh, look. So he's definitely into his sort of like steam and engineering and things like that. I don't know what that is. What is that a candle holder? You hold that bit and walk along, but why has it got a... Is that a snuffer? Or is it a snuffer, that? I thought it were a bell at first, but I bet it's a candle snuffer. Then you've got Snoopy. Snoopy's another one that's sort of done one. You don't see Snoopy on anything these days. I don't know what that is. That, I'm pretty sure, has got something from Egypt in it. I'll have a look in a minute. And then we've got some little things. Has it got any names on it? They often have names on, don't they? Like personalised ones. And then somebody else was on about these Bezic horses. Same as last week. Home Pride Man as well. Is that still a thing? I don't feel like I've seen the Home Pride Man for years and years. Maybe he doesn't exist either. Amy trying to stop that cough then. And then this lady here. Now I feel like that might be old. It's got a name under it, look. What's it say? I can't actually see. Something Road. Might be a number. But that's quite cool. She's quite pretty, isn't she? Apart from whatever she's got on her lip. I feel like she's probably caught some disease there. Now I checked in there and it's pencils and pens, so I was totally wrong. But then I moved this little house as well, because that little girl was hiding behind it and I felt so sorry for her. She's been stuck behind that house for years, but now she can see again. Is it just me that is bothered about things like that? So the other week I went to a place and I moved a koala like Teddy. And there were so many people that were like, I'm so glad you did that. It made me so happy to see you moving it because it will have been sad. And that's how I feel. I think that I'm so stupid. I'm a 45-year-old man. But to think that a teddy's sat all on its own and it's all sad, I can't deal with it, man. I need it to move. I need it to go back to its friends. I'm such a weirdo. I really am. Right, what we got in here? If I can get in. Lots of little brass and different sorts of cats. That's an Egyptian looking cat there, look. And then different cats. They like to the cats. Tesco user guide. What for? HDMI DVD player? Well, they ain't got a telly. There's no telly. No, a crystal ball. I'm confused now. Why is there a DVD player instruction and no TV? And there's nowhere, like looking behind me, there's nowhere to put a TV. So, how? Maybe they watch it on the crystal ball. That makes sense. That makes more sense. I do like a good writing desk like this. Big, thick writing desk with usually got leather on it. So you can write all your letters. I had something similar when I was younger. And I always wanted something proper, but I don't write. We don't write anything these days though, do we really? Everything's on your phone or your computer or whatever. Then you've got some sort of Hitler version of the Michelin Man. I don't know what he's doing with that arm. It's a bit Elon Musk, isn't it? And then a little Chinese man with his razor blades, which is also quite odd. I remember things like the piskies. I remember collecting piskies when I was younger. Obviously pixies, but they call them piskies down here for some reason. I don't really know why. But I remember getting those in the 80s. You used to see, oh, you know what? I used to love collecting stuff back in the 80s. And they were from down here, because we used to, even though we still went up to Scotland, we used to come down here at the beginning of the year, sort of like Devon, Cornwall way. I'm not in either of those at the moment, but I'm not far away. But we used to collect all the the wooden sailors and people that went on boats. And I used to collect Wade figures and things like that. And to be fair, they're just dust collectors. Nobody's really bothered about them. Nobody's interested in them these days. But back in the day, I used to love them. I think I've still got some of them somewhere at my mum's. But it's such a shame. It brings back such good memories of loving going in those little shops and going, Dad, go on, can I have one? And thinking now, like, what will Freddie remember when he's older? What will he collect? What does he like? And what will he look back and think the same things? Like, proper love my dad and mum for, like, going out of the way to do stuff and take me places, and I've got such good memories of it, and I hope he's the same. But going around these places just totally bring floods and floods of memories back. Sometimes you come in these places and there's nothing. You'll just look at old things. But sometimes it's really like there's a connection to you. What's this? National Examination Board, Agriculture Phase 2. Richard Bruce Dalton. Oh, what was the guy called now? He wasn't called Dalton, was he? So I wonder what relation he was to whoever's done all these. Because surely he'd have the same surname if it was his son. So I don't really know now. Why has he got his record, his certificate thing? I'm not sure. There is something around this corner I want to look at though. It was just this plate, and it's quite hard to read because there's so many scratches on it. But it says, the Royal Artillery, Alan Brook Band. The Royal Artillery, Alan Brook Band. Erin Erung. It's in German, innit? Something Dortmund, 1971 to 77. Oh, you can see that as well as I can, to be fair now. Dortmund, then 15th of February, 1977. I wonder what that was for. Come on, you German speakers, tell me what that says, because I've got no clue. But maybe he was in the military as well. I don't know. 1977, that was when the coronation was. So, I don't know. There was a lot of people out in Germany back then, because it was before the Berlin Wall came down. Was that like 1981? And there was obviously a lot of British troops based out in Germany around that sort of time. But I wonder what that was to commemorate. It's got to be a reason. Right, moving into the last room. Now, this is where the person was found dead. And as you can see, it doesn't look great on there, does it? I didn't like it at all because we had to come in through there. So I felt a bit bad. I don't like stuff like that. But there's not a massive amount of stuff in here. It's just all the... Oh, look, look at him. He's a right cool boy with his, what do you call it? His tractor belt buckle. Oh, no, look. It's me. Chesty cough. Sepsis. Dead. That's what all you lot are telling me about and telling me off and saying I should be going to the doctors. 1967. Salisbury Cathedral. I might go there tomorrow. I might go to Salisbury Cathedral tomorrow. That's cool. Yeah. Oh, to Nancy Liddell. Something. 1969. So that's been given, I'm guessing, to the wife of the wing commander. They were Liddell's. I don't mean like the shop. It's Lydall. It's Lydall. 1969. It was given to him. So I don't think it's drawn. It's just coloured in it? I don't know. Have a look yourself. It looks like it's just been coloured in pencil. But it's nice. Whoever's given it to him, it's a nice thing to do, I suppose. But yeah, I don't think there's a massive amount of things. I've got to be careful because there's addresses on stuff. Notice of coding. What does that mean? Oh, income tax. Nothing exciting, is it really? But yeah, there's not much to see in here, but this car's going past. Don't like it because they can see my light from the road. I think we're about done. We will go out to the garage before we're done, just to see if we can see through that top bit. I'm not taking the keys. I'm not going to get in, but I'm going to have a look because there may be either a way to get in that I haven't seen, or we might have to see a car or something over the top. But I didn't think it was going to be a very long explore because it's only tiny, this place. But it's definitely been worth it. There's been some really cool little bits in here. Anyway, let's get outside. Right, we're outside. That car's gone, which is good. but you can see how small this place is. It's tiny. So to find as much stuff inside that we have done is pretty cool, to be fair. Like, when I come and I see places like this, I think, oh, I don't know if it's even worth it. But I'm glad we went in. Of course, there was some cool little bits. Right, where were the garages now? I don't think they weren't that way. I think maybe further around here. Now, when me and Bear were looking for a way in earlier on, we stood out here. There was a really weird noise in these trees. I think it was an owl. It was making a very odd noise and it was scaring me to death. But yeah, look, you can literally see almost all the way over the top of this place. It's that small. It's tiny, tiny, tiny place. Oh, they're here, the garages, look. We know for a fact he liked his tinkering, so he probably spent most of his days in these garages, and that's why I just want to give a little nod to him. Even though we won't be able to get in, I just want to show you if there is anything to see. Now, as you can see, somebody has tried to break in it, pull the screws off and stuff. I hate that. But this is what's in there. Nothing much anyway. But that still don't mean that he didn't love it in there. Tinkering, pottering, and having a look. Now, I don't think we're going to see very much through here. It's not even going to focus properly. No, can't see a thing. I just want one of these days to, like, unearth. Like, I'm not into cars, but finding something amazing in one of these places, hiding away, would be so good, regardless of whether I like cars. But it's not really. It's more for Mr. Beardy Boy finding cars. Mr. Bearded Explorer, he likes things like that. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm actually going to remember to do an outro today as well. Please subscribe if you've not. I want to get 70,000 soon, and we're less than 3,000 away, so please subscribe. It's free. I love you all. I'll see you later. And now keep an eye out for Wank Off a Pig. If you don't know what I'm on about, you're not watching right till the end.
Wank off a pig, wank off a pig, wank off a pig.